Start. Welcome on data communication lectures. Previous lecture we have discussed about the network. These topics are discussed in previous lectures or now moves towards the application of the computer networks. There are basically two types of applications. One application is for the business applications and other is the for the home applications. The computer networks are playing an important role in providing service to large organization as well as the individual users. First, we are taking the topic business applications. In business applications, these are the divided into the resource sharing, high reliability, saving money. These three topics are in the business. So started from here. The first is for your resources sharing. Resource sharing. Now many companies have a substantial manner of computers. There are around uh, several computer structures. For example, a company may have separate computer to monitor production, keep track of inventories, and do the payroll. Initially, each of these computers may have work in isolation from the others, but at the same point, management may have decided to connect them to be able to extract and correlate information about the entire you can say company. The goal of this network for the companies are, first of all, they start to resource sharing. In resource sharing, the main themes is uh, in the issues is here is the to collect all the information and make the programs for all the relevant information, equipments, and especially data available to anyone on the network without regard to physical location of the resource and the users. And obvious, the widespread example is having a group of office workers share a common printer. None of individual really needs a private printer, and a heavy volume network printer is often cheaper, faster, and easier to maintain than the large collection of individual printers. So the working environment in a company having the different types of tasks as performed by the different units, and they are sharing the common uh, printers and collect the information on the single platform by the printer printouts. So it needs to second topic that is more relevant is the reliability. So you need a high We need a high reliability. High reliability. Probably the sharing of physical resources such as printer, scanner, CD burners, or your uh, thumb impressions is the sharing information by the it is the multiple replicated files and multiple CPU. Every large medium size company and very small companies are virtually depend at the computerized information. So the most company have customer records, inventories, accounts, you can say receivable, financial statements, tax informations, and much more online. So the reliability is the main concern. So it is the important for to keep your information on a online with a high reliability. Third is the third one is third is your saving money. Your saving money by use of the this computer network application. You save a lot of money. The small companies have quoted the better much better price as per performance ratio, and depends on the larger ones. In the smallest if you talk about the simplest of terms, the one can imagine a company information system and consist of one or more database and some number of employees who need to access them remotely. So in this model, the data are stored on your powerful computer is called servers. Often these there are the centrally housed and maintained by your system administrator. Uh, so the employee have simpler machine that is called employee is nothing but you can define as a client on their decks who are working in your companies, which they access your this server from a remote area. The client and the server machines are connected by these networks, and if you want to check the uh, there is a individual worker who has doing some work on this your desktop, sitting in front of it and utilize your database So you are naming a here as a client in the network, and you connected with this the network systems, where others also are connected here. For sake of simplicity, I am taking the ones, and this is the other clients. Is also connected with this network, and this network is connected to your company server, which is either a mainframe computer or other things. So all the data are stored in this server, or they want to see the data. So the network, and there is a two clients and one server. If we look at the client server model, we see that the two processes are involved. One on the client to machine. This is your client, and this is computer is machine, and communication takes the form of client processing, sending a message over a network to the server. So second process is the information in the form of, we are sending a message. So these two processes are done. The client process then wait for the reply their message. The relevant data is inside this server, and he checked, he monitored, and after that he able to reply this client. So when the server process get the request, it perform the request work on the this message, and look up the request data and send back it through the reply, or you can say acknowledgement. It is either in the short form of ACK or reply or acknowledgement. This message is clearly here shown by this figure. So if we draw this only the machine to machine talk, what happened, the one client machine, this is the client machines, and this is server is also a machine. So what the network are doing here, they are interfacing these two machines. First of all, it initiated by the request sending a message, and they established to point connection between these two machines. After that, processing is performed and the relevant data is provided by the this reply. This is process is done through this network. So here the process is nothing but client process. Here server process. The exchange of between the client process and server process is involved in this model. We can say that in business applications, network has play an important role. Now see the this home applications. Again, the internet access is play a important role for the home users. uh, Distinguish this topic. You have see, when you access from a remote information, if you access to remote information, what we do know in this application, access to remote information comes in many forms. It can be surfing the wide area network waves www through the Google or others browsers for the information. Just for your knowledge, the information available including the arts, business, cooking, governments, health, history, hobbies, recreation, science, sport, travels, discovery, or so many things, so many others. The many newspapers also having the online, you can be personalized, you can be access many multimedia news are also available. You can visit on your informations. You can see the scandals, fires, celebrities, any disease spread, yeah, any types of. You also can access the science journals. You access the research paper online. You go through the digital libraries. All applications are interacted by the this person and the remote database, which fulfill your desire. The next is the application is the that is more precise, more uh, you can say very important, person to person, person to person. You know TikTok, you know Facebook, you serve the क्या कहते हैं, tutors. You are also on a WhatsApp. These are the new communication platform, and this is only just due to home applications. All the informations are available in Facebook, where your friends are now at currently. You want to share your pictures, yeah, your any valuable information through this Facebook. This second broad category of network use is person to person. Basically, in the 20th century, this is the biggest achievements. Through email, you millions of peoples uh, are sharing their data to each other. You can also access the audio, video, pictures. uh, you also visit text, images. This is the multi-person version of this. There is a chat rooms, there is a group of pupils, there is a types of messages. You see all the applications are available in the home applications. Now currently in the current scenario, that is the third one, it is more relevant, interactive applications are the uh, you can say you are not able to go watch the movies. You directly download the movie, you're at home and watch. You are also having the touch with the your friends with the help of this interactive entertainment. It is the huge and growing industries. The you can say it is the killer application of the networks. There is a demand for what? Videos, and everyone is sharing the information. They are develop the videos, they uploading the videos on through this networks, and a lot of people at the same time they have seen. It is maybe possible because to select any topic, any movie, any television program over the made or in any country, it is display on your desktop, on your communicating device. So you can also see the live interactive televisions, live interactive lectures, live interactive shows, and a lot of audience also participating in this quiz shows, webinars, other contexts. You also involved in the online classes, courses, chattings. So that's why it is called the killer applications, and today it is more effective. And fourth is the electronic commerce. Electronics trading is a base for the today economy. All the relevance online transactions is taking place in this commerce. This is the platform where you have shopping online through the Flipkarts, Amazon, and so many platforms are available and popular. There are the thousands of millions of companies who are involved in electronics commerce. this is the biggest ability to get any uh, videos to purchase on these platforms product, just clicking a mouse and product name, the product is coming at your homes. You can buy anything. You access the financial institution. You can trading. Yeah, you can demit your email e accounts. You will use your bank accounts. Fine. You can handle your bills. You can handle your uh, 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 financial uh, investment. Or why? Because it is network is data communication is provide the security, so it is more secure, it is more relevant, and day by day new security features are added by the attack of any threats. So the fourth topic is more relevant. It is the social issue, because if you are not able to promote your project, yeah, your say mm, products, so this networking is provide the your social, ethical, political problems in front of the others. You having the problem like no electricity, no water supply, yeah, you suffering from any disease, so you creating the groups and chatting the peoples to help you through either developed a video clips, yeah, send a photographs. In social issues are also for the schools and students, governments and versus citizens. The importance of uh, printing press uh, era, which is having 500 years ago, you know, but now the this computer networks taking uh, plates these platforms, and they suffering the more new found freedom your thoughts brings, and even you can say unsolved social issues, political issues and moral issues, so it serves everywhere. The importance of this network is not only the providing the information, but also it's helping you. So in this lectures we already covered this categories of network in previous lecture. Now in this lectures I have covered these applications of computer networks. The importance of the next lecture is the internet. uh, Internet, you can say most of the peoples initially say the communication is only between the humans to humans, but if the person who wants to share their data, you are in India and other person in Germany, and they takes the times to travel to get information, bring at home, and if he found something is missing, again he try to reach there that particular place. It's taking this so much time. So why not we share the information to save your time and your work which is done at one place, where it is uh, where it is not possible to done by the other means. So it helps the people. So people are starting why the machines can share the information by means of exchanging the message. So in 19 this is the story, this is the beginning of the network. In 1967 uh, there is a association for computing machinery, ACM, and in meeting it decided that we can develop the network for to connect the two different machines computers, and they start the project ARPA, ARPA. And within the 2 or 3 years after, in 1969, they established the project ARPANET. The reality is coming to true. ARPAN is now known as ARPANET. So ARPANET is the national control protocol. They develop the control protocol, or developing the protocols to establish the point to point connections and exchanging the data between the two connecting ends machines. And they visualize it can be done by easier way. So this ARPANET are the project 802. This is the 802 project, and 5 top universities has been started these projects to uh, connect this through this projects by the means of network control protocols. This is the network NCP. In 1972, this alpha groups has known as interneting project, and after in 1 year in 1973 they have developed the TCP, transmission control protocols. Just after in mid the 73 they have developed the one set of protocol for transmitting the data. So TCP is transmission control trans transmission transmission control protocol. Protocol. They also developing the gateway. They also developing the datagrams, and they are also having the reassembling data reductions, segmentations, and these protocols are known as TCP IP. IP is Internet Protocol. So the collection of interconnected network is developed is known as internet. The internet is a structured organized system, a common form of internet is a collection of lane connected by a WAN. In other words, it can be defined as the internet is not only the network at all, but it's a vast collection of different networks groups that use certain common protocols and provide a certain common services. It is an unusual system in that it was not planned by anyone and it is not controlled by anyone. So there is no monopoly. Agar once having the control over this internet, you cannot access, you cannot perform. So there is no planned by the anyone and there is not controlled by the anyone. So internet is the communication system and that has brought a wealth of information to our fingertips and organized it for our use. To better understand the network is the group of interconnected communicating devices such as computer and printers, and internet is two or more internet networks groups. They can communicate with each others and we can say the group of connected communicating devices that forms the network. So you want to connect to the internet, user needs to service of internet provider, yani internet service provider, ISP. So first of all, if you want to use this internet, you are using ISP, that is the internet service provider. So internet service, all countries having a different organization, so they having the different ISP, and the various organizations such as government agencies, schools, colleges, company, etc. uses internet. In the mid 1960s, the Advanced Research Project ARP and agency, that is already I have say the advance, A is advance, this is research, this is project, this is agency. The Advanced Research Project Agency, ARPA, has interested in finding a way to connect your different machine, or you can say simple computers by using these networks. Yeah, you can say hardware and software. There were a continued research on a interest every possible year 1967 to 1969 to 1972 and finally 1973 by a different committees, and finally they decide to split the TCP transmission protocol into a transmission protocol to TCP IP. So TCP IP is the constituted by the two protocols. One is the transmission control protocols and another one is the internet working protocols. So today we know that this net is combination of the lanes and veins, and it having the hierarchical structures. You can see these hierarchical structures, and every nation having a own ISP, internet service provider. They having the this network access point, and they having the own system administrator for this network access point, NAP. So look at, they having network access point to utilize your network, and they having own administrative. So national or international, there are the two types of service provider. One is national, NSB, another is international, ISB. This is the service provider. Now to create a structure for this network, so you having the one, suppose we are in India, so we having the one national ISB service provider. These are connected through the routers. Here I am using this circle. Okay, router circuits we have seen in the previous lectures. These routers are again connected with the our regional service provider. Why? Because regional, क्योंकि because जितनी भी टेलीकॉम कंपनियां हैं, वोडाफोन, रिलायंस, जियो और एयरटेल, आपका BSNL, ये सब सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हैं रीजनल, क्योंकि ये यूज़र पर डिपेंड करता है कि यूज़र कौन सा सर्विस प्रोवाइडर यूज़ कर रहा है. So There are so many regional service provider. The We are divided into the states. States is divided into districts. District is divided into villages. So again it routes. There should be one ISP, service providers. You are also having here service provider. You are go through cover the entire geographical area. So everywhere your net should be available through this internet service provider. And this national networks internet service provider having the one access point. So every state having the one access point. So we having the access point. Now this is the our country. This is the our country. Say one same thing is here. So this access point is connected to the other countries national service provider. This is the others access point. They having the other structures inside their own countries. This is the routers. There is a regional regional and this regional ISP internet service provider. This is also internet service provider. This is the regional again again this is ISP internet service provider. ISP internet service provider. ISP internet service provider. This is the another continental continent on the earth place. This is country number 2. This is the global interconnected network structures, and this structure is only not in India, it is all over the world. So this is the national service ISB, an access point and routers, and you can say telephone or others. This is the main structures. If you talk about this is connected through the telephone, and there is a system. System is named with client, and from here to here, and data is connected through these wires. So the every end users, this is the end users, and systems connected together by a communication links, and organization that supply the services to its own employees can also be local internet service provider. In, and it is not only by the private companies, it is also by the governments also. So if you talk about, there is a two national ISP, one is here, another one is here, okay, are connected together through a complex switching networks called a network access point. And this is switching network is the connections of the routers, and this uh, national IP are connected this access point, national access point, and there is a one administrator, and each country has international, national service provider, regional service provider, and local service provider. This is the regional service provider, this one is the local service provider, and at the top of the hierarchy the national internet service provider connect through the nation to nation. This is are the national service providers are connected through this access point, and each regional internet service providers are the are connected with the smaller local internet service provider. This is a hierarchical chart, and lower networking entities which are in these networks are known as the, this is known as the local internet service provider. So moves the next topics. This is the topic is protocols and standards. Protocols and standards. ओके इसमें दो तरीके के क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं. पहला बनेगा व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय द प्रोटोकॉल्स. So protocol is nothing but it is the sets of rules. The sets of rules are written in the form of the running programs. और ये जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं ये हमारे स्क्रीन के पीछे जैसे ही हम नेट कनेक्ट करते हैं ये स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं रन करना. हर एक एप्लीकेशंस के लिए अलग अलग सेट्स ऑफ प्रोटोकॉल्स लिखे गए हैं. अगर आप सेट्स ऑफ प्रोटोकॉल्स अगर आप यूज़ कर रहे हैं फेसबुक तो फेसबुक के लिए भी होंगे. आप अगर यूज़ कर रहे हैं क्या कहते आप क्या कहते हैं ऑनलाइन सफरिंग कर रहे हैं या ऑनलाइन आप कोई प्रोडक्ट सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं या आप किसी बैंक में उसकी ई सर्विसेज का यूटिलाइजेशन कर रहे हैं तो ये डिपेंड करेगा आपके चॉइस पे कि आप क्या चॉइस यूज़ करते हैं. सो प्रोटोकॉल्स are divided into the three parts: syntax, semantics and timing. अगर इसको सीधी भाषा में अगर हम समझना चाहें तो पिता, माता और बच्चा. जो पिता ऑर्डर देगा माँ उस ऑर्डर को समझेगी और वो इस बच्चे से टाइमिंग से पूरा कराएगी. तो डिपेंड करता है कि हमारा सिंटेक्स कैसा है. सिंटेक्स से ही सिमेंटिक्स वर्क करता है और सिमेंटिक्स ही हर टास्क को परफॉर्म कराता है, एग्जीक्यूट कराता है. सो प्रोटोकॉल्स इज important features. You can say a protocol is a set of rules that governs that govern data communication data communication communication. In other words, you can say it consists of protocols. को अगर हम दूसरी भाषा में कहना चाहें प्रोटोकॉल्स को, in other words it consists of sets of rules that govern the communications, and it determines what is communicated, how it is communicated, and when it is communicated. ये डिपेंड करता है व्हाट, हाउ एंड व्हेन. ये डिपेंड करता है प्रोटोकॉल व्हाट, हाउ और व्हेन. व्हाट इज कम्युनिकेटेड, क्या कम्युनिकेट करना है. व्हाट इज communicated, how is communicated, and when is communicated. ये तीन चीजों पे डिपेंड करता है. And when so the key elements of this what, how or when is syntax, semantics and timing. What is communicated means syntax, the structure of format of the data. Structure of format of data, you can say in simple word bits. And it's also indicate how to read these bits. ये भी बताएगा, पिता ये भी बताएगा कि बच्चे को क्या बनना है, कैसे, क्या करना है, कैसे, ये बताएगा. तो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ फॉर्मेट मतलब कि सबका आदर करना है. पिता ये कहेगा समय से उठना है, समय से पढ़ना है, स्कूल जाना है, होमवर्क करना है, खेलना भी है. और ये इंडिकेट भी कर देगा कि ये काम जो जरूरी हैं ये किसको बताएगा, सेमेंटिक्स को. मतलब उसकी समझने की भाषा बता रहे हैं. सेमेंटिक्स मीन्स माता, मतलब माँ. सिंटेक्स माने पिता. इट इंडिकेट्स कि हाउ टू रीड, दी बिट्स. माँ का सिर्फ सिमेंटिक्स यानी माँ का क्या रोल है, टू इंटरप्रेट दी मीनिंग ऑफ बिट्स. इसके स्ट्रक्चर के फॉर्मेट को समझना और पुत्र के द्वारा यानी टाइमिंग के द्वारा उसको परफॉर्म करवाना, उसको भेजना और लेना या भेजना करवाना, मतलब उसको एग्जीक्यूट कराना। और ये भी बताना कि किस फील्ड में, स्कूल का टाइम, पढ़ने का, उठने का जो पिता ने बताया, ये इसको बताना कि सुबह का टाइम सुबह होता है जब सूरज निकलता है, ये काम माँ का है। तो माँ बताएगी, अपने सिमेंटिक्स में इंटरप्रेट करेगी, और उस इंटरप्रेट करके वो ये बताएगी कि मीनिंग क्या है इस बिट्स का। सो सिमेंटिक्स का मतलब क्या हो गया, इंटरप्रेट करो उसको, उस बच्चे की भाषा में इंटरप्रेट करो, और बिट्स के जो डिफरेंट टास्क हैं, इंटरप्रेट्स करो, मीनिंग ऑफ, मीनिंग ऑफ बिट्स, बिट्स को इंटरप्रेट करो उसके मीनिंग को। और उसकी फील्ड को भी बताओ, इसकी फील्ड क्या है ये भी बताओ। अब टाइमिंग जो बच्चा है इसका क्या काम है, टाइमिंग का काम है व्हेन डेटा शुड बी सेंड, मतलब हमको किस टास्क को परफॉर्म करना है, स्कूल का काम स्कूल का, होमवर्क पढ़ने का पढ़ना, टीवी देखने का टीवी का, ये है। तो यानी कि जो व्हेन द टाइमिंग एंड इवेंट डेटा शुड बी, should be sent, and what speed, ये भी टाइमिंग भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, स्पीड भी इम्पोर्टेंट है। ये नहीं कि सुबह ही उठ के कह दिया पेट में दर्द है स्कूल नहीं जाएंगे, ये भी जरूरी है टाइम पे जाना आना, सेंड करना। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द प्रोटोकॉल्स, standards. The next topic is the standards. now march towards your this topic standards. These are the two types: de facto, de jure. Standard provides the guidelines to the manufacturer, vendors, governments, agencies, and service provider, and it ensures the interconnectivity and compatibility of the devices. जो कोई भी डिवाइस हम बनाते हैं, जो मैन्युफैक्चरर है, जो मोबाइल बनाता है या जो कंप्यूटर पीसी बनाता है, जो बंडर्स हैं जो प्रोवाइड करते हैं, जो गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज़ हैं, जो एजेंसीज हैं जो मॉनिटर करती हैं, जो सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हैं, उनको ये बताने के लिए कि हमारा ये स्टैंडर्ड है और इस स्टैंडर्ड की मदद से द स्टैंडर्ड हेल्पिंग इन मेंटेनिंग द मार्केट competitiveness एंड द गारंटीज इंटरप्रोबिलिटी, ये इंश्योर करने के लिए कि जिस प्रोडक्ट को हम मार्केट में लेके आ रहे हैं वो खतरनाक तो नहीं है, वो डेंजर तो नहीं है, वो हार्मफुल तो नहीं है, वो हमारे ही ह्यूमन बींग्स के उस परमिसिबल रेंज में ही है, उसमें ऐसे कंपोनेंट्स लगने चाहिए जिससे कि हमारे लिए कोई नुकसान ना हो, जिस यूटिलिटीज़ के लिए है वो उसके लिए काम करें। तो इसके लिए दो फैक्टर बनाए, डी फैक्टो और डी ज्यूरी। डी फैक्टो का मतलब होता है बाय फैक्ट्स और बाय कन्वेंशन। ये स्टैंडर्ड दैट इज स्टैंडर्ड नॉट प्रोवाइड बाय एनी और, ये कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं, लेकिन ये वाइडली यूज होता है डी फैक्टो स्टैंडर्ड, और ये स्टैब्लिश किया जाता है मैन्युफैक्चरर के द्वारा। डी ज्यूरी, अगर ये बाय लॉ और बाय रेगुलेशन है, ये स्टैंडर्ड है रिकॉग्नाइज करने के लिए ऑफिशियली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की। किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर किसी सिस्टम में कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो जो उसके इश्यूज होंगे उसकी जस्टिस, उसका कोर्ट, उसका हेयरिंग, जब आप उसको एग्री करते हैं तो उसकी पेनाल्टीज, उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होनी चाहिए। ये डी जोरी में जाता है और ये स्टैंडर्ड फॉलो करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। बहुत सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं, बहुत सी कमिटीज़ हैं, जैसे आईएसओ है, इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, ये मेन है आईटीयू, ये इंटरनेशनल टेलीकॉम यूनियन एंड दिस इज द टेलीकम्युनिकेशन सेक्टर, टी आ जाएगा। एक है आंसी, अमेरिकन नेशनल स्टैंडर्ड इंस्टीट्यूट। एक है आई ट्रिपल ई, ये है इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर्स। Thank you very much. This is the end of this lectures. Thank you.